And you're watching Toronto 360 TV with Sabir Gaya, the community event with, again, Toronto 360 TV with Sabir Gaya. Thank you.
नाज़रीन अस्सलाम वालेकुम, आपका होस्ट वैस इकबाल फ्रॉम टोरंटो 360 टीवी। मैं यहाँ पर हाज़िर हूँ हमारे कैमरामैन साबिर गाय साहब के साथ इस कम्युनिटी हॉल में जो मिसिसागा में वाक़ है। यहाँ पर आज कैनेडियन मुस्लिम फ्रेंड्स की जानिब से प्रोविंशियल करंट अफेयर्स टाउन हॉल मीटिंग का जो है वो इनेकाद किया गया है। और यहाँ पर जो कंजर्वेटिव पार्टी, जो रूलिंग पार्टी है, डक फोर्ट की जो हुकूमत है, उनके रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स यहाँ पर मौजूद होंगे। MPP खलीद रशीद साहब होंगे, रूडी होंगे और दीपक आनंद साहब होंगे, शरीफ सबावी होंगे, परब सरकारिया और दीगर और गवर्नमेंट के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स होंगे। और शाहिद मुग़ल साहब और इनकी टीम का इस टाउन हॉल को अरेंज करने का मकसद ये था कि आवाम के साथ जो है वो उनका इंटरेक्शन करवाया जाए, ताकि लोग फोर्ट गवर्नमेंट की जो पॉलिसीज़ हैं, जो करंट मसाइल हैं ख़ास तौर पर, उनके बारे में सवाल भी कर सकें और उनके लाए अमल को जान भी सकें। जैसा आपके नॉलेज में है कि तमाम पेरेंट्स जो है वो काफ़ी परेशानी का शिकार हैं। हज़ार की तादाद में जो टीचर एसोसिएशन है वो जो है वो जो हज़ार की तादाद में टीचर्स हैं मुख्तलिफ़ एसोसिएशंस के, वो हड़ताल पे हड़ताल किए जा रहे हैं। बच्चों के 6 दिन की क्लासेस का लॉस हो चुका है और इस हफ़्ते जो है वो जुमेरात को प्रोविंस वाइड स्ट्राइक का फिर कॉल दी गई है। 2 महीने हो चुके हैं और अभी तक गवर्नमेंट और टीचर्स एसोसिएशन के दरमियान जो है वो कोई कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नेगोशिएशन फाइनल नहीं हो सकी है और ये बहरान, ये मसला जारी है। और गवर्नमेंट ने जो बैक टू वर्क लेजिस्लेशन का जो इनके पास ऑप्शन है उसको एक्सरसाइज नहीं किया, जो कि एक अच्छी बात है। तो आज देखना ये है कि ये जो मेंबर ऑफ प्रोविंशियल पार्लियामेंट हैं, जो मिनिस्टर्स हैं, वो इस हवाले से क्या राय रखते हैं और क्या पेरेंट्स को मुतमईन करने में कामयाब होते हैं या नहीं। आप इनकी प्रोसीडिंग भी देखेंगे और हम आपको लोगों के जो तासुरात हैं आज की इस मीटिंग के हवाले से वो भी आपको बताएंगे। बहरहाल इन दी एंड जो अच्छी बात है कम्युनिटी के हवाले से ऐसे इवेंट्स का होता रहना और हुकूमती नुमाइंदों से इंटरेक्ट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है हमारी कम्युनिटी का, और इस पे हम कैनेडियन मुस्लिम फ्रेंड और उनकी टीम को मुबारकबाद देते हैं।
हाँ जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम जी, दिस इज़ शाहिद मुग़ल फ्रॉम कैनेडियन मुस्लिम फ्रेंड। आज का जो इवेंट को होल्ड करने का जो मेन रीज़न है, जो मकसद है, वो ये है कि भाई इस वक्त जो ओंटारियो में करंट इश्यूज़ चल रहे हैं उनको डिस्कस किया जाए और ओंटारियो की जो गवर्नमेंट है उनके नुमाइंदों को बुलाया गया है यहाँ पर, ताकि वो यहाँ के जो ओंटारियो में जो इश्यूज़ हैं उनके सवालों के जवाब दें, ताकि जो है ना हम लोगों को भी पता लगे कि भाई जो हमारे साथ इश्यूज़ चल रहे हैं, स्पेशली एजुकेशन हो गया, हेल्थ हो गया, इस किस्म के और जो मसले मसाइल हैं उनके बारे में ये प्रोग्राम करने का मेन रीज़न ये है कि भाई हमारी आवाज़ जो है ना वो पार्लियामेंट तक पहुँचे और पार्लियामेंट से जो है ना उनको उन इश्यूज़ को रिज़ॉल्व करने की कोशिश। हमारे जो ओंटारियो के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव खलीद रशीद MPP हैं, नटालिया है, इसी तरह अमरजोत सिद्धू हैं, सरकारिया जो हमारे मिनिस्टर हैं वो यहाँ पर होंगे इस तरह, और हमारे 7-8 MPP जो है ना वो यहाँ पर तशरीफ़ लेकर आ रहे हैं और वो इंशाल्लाह हमारे सवालों के जवाब।
Hi, my name is Sharif Sabawi. I'm the MPP for Mississauga Iron Mills, and I'm here today to join the Muslim community to celebrate the unity of the community. We are here to make sure that all of us on the same page. Our government is standing with all the different communities in Mississauga. We are supporting all the diversity. We're celebrating different diversities. We are embracing diversity. We here to say that it's important for us. Every community is important for us. The Muslim community is important, part of the fabric of Mississauga, and we are proud to work with the community leaders and stakeholders, and of course the MPPs from the Muslim community like Khalid Rashid, to make sure that the voice is heard. Any concerns, any issues we can work on, it's going to be our pleasure to stand for the issues the community is concerned for. And thanks for Toronto 360 TV for bringing our voice to you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Khalid Rashid and I am the member of Provincial Parliament from Mississauga, East Cooksville. This afternoon we are here at the Burnhamthorpe Community Center. Canadian Muslim friends are hosting a town hall meeting to discuss about the provincial government, the work that we have done so far. There will be questions that we will be discussing such as education, healthcare, OSAP, transportation. I'm very honored that my colleagues from Peel region are here as well too. And inshallah, we will be discussing about what our government, the Progressive Conservative government of Ontario, are doing for the people of Ontario, and the work that we will be doing in the near future as well too. So inshallah, hoping for a successful town hall meeting. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu
You're
alaikum.
watching community event on 360 TV.
Today, we have organized this town hall meeting so that everybody that's here will get an opportunity to speak to our MPPs and our honorable minister that's sitting with us, raise any questions or concerns that they have that they would like to ask them. We want everybody here today to be able to benefit from this town hall meeting. Our president and our team have decided that we want to do this program today with the collaboration of MPP Khalid Rashid to do this town hall meeting. We would like to say thank you to MPP Khalid Rashid to in helping us organize this town hall meeting. Canadian Muslim Friends wanted to conduct this meeting because we want to give the community a chance to sit with our provincial government. Canadian Muslim Friends believes that this is our Canadian community's right to ask questions from the government that's sitting at the present moment and ask them the concerns that they have.
يوم لا تملك نفس لنفس شيئا والأمر يومئذ لله.
I would like to take this opportunity to introduce to you all our Youth Association, our president. Her name is Zanab Tahir. Zanab Tariq, sorry, my apologies. She's going to come up and she has a few words to say for everybody.
I would also like to thank all of you for joining us for this event today. And also a special thank you, and I would like if we can all give a round of applause to the team of CMF for doing a hard work.
Thank you, Zainab. I'm sorry I said Tahir, not Tariq. I was a little bit nervous, sorry. So I'm going to take this moment now, we're going to do this. I'm going to ask the Honorable Minister of Small Business and Red Tape, Honorable Prabmeet Singh Sarkari, if he would come up and give a brief description about his role, what he's doing, and then we will continue from there with the other MPs too.
Thank you very much, everybody, for having us here today. It's a very important event, and I want to take an opportunity to thank my colleague Khalid Rashid for putting this together and for inviting me as well. I think engagement with the community is something that's so important to all of us. You are, at the end of the day, the ones that elected us, so we want to be accountable to all of you. In the short period of time that I would say now, close to about 18 or 19 months since we've been elected, you know, we've had a plan for the province of Ontario, a plan that focused on rebuilding much of what was broken, whether we talk about healthcare, whether we talk about education, whether we talk about the economy. And if I won't go into too much detail, because I know there's many of us here today, and we actually want to take this opportunity to listen to all of you and what the concerns that you have brought forward today for us. But many of you are immigrants to this country, like my parents were, and we all come here for a new opportunity. We all come here with the hopes and aspirations that the future generations, that our kids, they have every access to opportunity, an opportunity for good jobs when they're growing up. And unfortunately, under the previous government, we were going in a different direction. Right now, it's about investing in things that matter. It's about ensuring that the future generations of this province don't get saddled with billions and hundreds of billions of dollars of debt like the previous government put us through. If we don't take action, if we are not fiscally responsible, The people that will pay the price is our future generations, and we need to ensure that we create the environment for economic prosperity, economic growth within our communities. Since we've been elected, this government has set the conditions for over 300,000 new jobs in the province of Ontario in just 18 months. It's record-breaking job growth that has never been seen before anywhere in North America. We've created more jobs in Ontario since being elected than Michigan and California combined. So this is all a part of ensuring that communities are working together. We're developing a plan for the province that really puts us in a positive direction going forward. But what we're here today to do is to listen to you, to listen to your concerns, and to be able to answer some of those questions that you might have. So I thank you all for the opportunity, and I look forward to our conversation in a couple of minutes. Thank you very much.
We would like to ask if MPP Khalid Rashid would come up and give a brief description about himself also.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم. First of all, my sincere thanks to Canadian Muslim friends, Shahid Bhai and Bhabi and your entire team for putting up this event. When Shahid Bhai and Bhabi came to me with this idea of having a town hall meeting, I said, yes, absolutely, we should do something like this. And I'm really, I truly appreciate my colleagues who are here as well too. I just called them once and they all said, you know what, let's do this. And I really appreciate if everyone can please give them a huge round of applause for coming out here. Honestly, it means a lot to me that my colleagues are here, but also it means a lot that you all are here. And the idea of this town hall is for us to listen to you and to answer you. As the Honorable Minister just mentioned, that you have elected us, it is our responsibility to hear you, to listen to you, but also to take advice from you as well too. I mean, any policy advice that you may have, please share with us because it's the opposite today. We are here to listen to you. So I'm really hoping for a constructive discussion, a constructive conversation, and also for you to hear what we as a government are doing as well too. So once again, thank you so much to Canadian Muslim friends for having us here, and please continue to keep up the great work you are doing for the community. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
I would like to ask MPP Sharif Saba to please come up and give his brief description.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Sharif Sabawi. I'm the MPP from Mississauga and Mills, and I'm the PA for Minister of Tourism, Heritage, Sports, and Culture Industries. So I'm very glad to be here today for multiple reasons. One of them, of course, as a big team, extended team from the MPPs of Mississauga, we are all here to listen to the concerns of the community. And of course, as a heritage and culture PA, it's part of my outreach to different communities, the mosaic of the Canadian community. And the Muslim community is one of the important communities and big contribution to the to Ontario and to the economy and to the culture fabric of Ontario. And I definitely would love to listen to each one of you and hear any concerns. And as the minister said, and as well Khalid said, government is part of the people. Like we are standard people like all of you. Each one of us from this different walk of lives. Like my or my former specialization in IT as a professor for IT. So different skill set in each one of the MPPs. But we are not experts of every bill or every decision we make. We depend on people and businesses to tell us. So it's part of the interaction or part of the mechanism of doing things that you guys raise the issues and we listen and we, with you, working together to make sure we have a solution. So that's a very big, important part of the process is we need to hear your voice. So it's your duties to come to us and let us know what's concerning you. If there's any business obstacle, we need to hear about that so that Minister Sarkaria can remove that or help in smoothing it to make the business flourish. And the most important thing, as much as we have good jobs, good education, good health, everybody will be happy, and we will be happy too. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. And thank you all. And thank you for the Canadian Muslim Friends for organizing this with Khalid Rashid. Without you, we wouldn't be here today to speak about our issues. I'm the MPP from Mississauga Lakeshore and the parliamentary assistant to the president of the Treasury Board for Internal Audits. But I'm not the vice president, remember that. Okay? But so I was appointed at the Treasury Board in June to look at internal audits of our government and how departments function, and to find savings in government, because we all know there's a lot of waste in government. So we have to look at where we can find money to give back to the taxpayers or to increase some programs that we want to do for the province and for the people. Right now, we're paying $13 billion a year in interest. That's $1.5 million an hour or $36 million a day. That's a lot of money. Think about interest. What does that mean? Money that we just throw out the window, right? And the previous government was spending $40 million, was it $40 million? Sorry, a day more than they were bringing in. So think about your mortgage on your home. If your mortgage was higher than the money that you were making, what would happen to you? You would lose your home. So these are things that we're working as a government to improve. As well, we just set up 9 areas in the Treasury Board to look at different departments, and 2 of our MPPs from Mississauga Lakeshore were appointed to these areas where I will be overlooking. Would be Sharif is going to be looking over education, and Natalia Kozondova will be looking after healthcare. So we're going to look at finding savings in these departments where there is a lot of waste in the departments, to bring all this money back to the people of Ontario and to improve in our education, healthcare, and social services. So that's what my department is doing right now at the Treasury Board. So thank you very much, and we'll have more discussion later.
Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Amarjot Sandhu, and I'm the Member of Provincial Parliament from the Great Riding of Brampton West. It is a great honor for me for having this opportunity to attend today's town hall, and special thanks to Canadian Muslim Friends for organizing this town hall, and my friend Khalid Rashid for inviting us here today. It's restoring trust, accountability, and transparency, putting more money in people's pockets, cutting hospital wait times, cleaning up the Liberals' hydro mess, free dental for seniors, low income, no income tax for minimum wage earners, and a lot of other things, and most importantly, keeping Ontario open for business and open for jobs. And our government is working non-stop since we were elected to help deliver the real change for the people of Ontario. And the results are clear. Since we are elected, our government has created an environment that created 300,000 jobs. And we have a responsible and reasonable plan to balance our budget, and while making sure that protecting our core services like education and healthcare. And as my colleague said, government is investing a lot of money in education, $1.2 billion more than last year in education, and $1.3 billion in healthcare than last year. So we're making a lot of investments in education because we know that this is the priority of our children. And we look forward to working together with all of you to bring greater prosperity in Brampton, and looking forward to for a productive session. Thank you so much for having me.
मेरा नाम दीपक आनंद है, मैं मेंबर ऑफ प्रोविंशियल पार्लियामेंट हूँ जी मिसिसागा मॉल्टन से. And you know, as we all know, this month, March is a month for the women empowerment. So I want everybody to put together hands for our women empowerment. Our MC is doing such a wonderful job. When I asked Mrs. Mughal, what did you like most? कहते जब दिल करता है जिसको मर्जी बुला लेती हूँ. On a lighter note, thank you to Canadian Muslim Friends for doing this. But I want to ask you a few more things. First is, do not stop it. Do it on a regular basis. Whether it is every 3 months, whether it is 6 months, so that we know, we stay awake in the night stating that, okay, they're going to call us again. So whatever we could not answer it today, whatever we promise it today, we can actually deliver it. And we have a goal so that there is an exam and we have a time to prepare for the exam. So that's one thing. The second thing is, I remember when I started my journey as an MPP, I went to Cooper Masjid, and if there is anyone from the Cooper Masjid, so they asked me to speak up for the first time, and as I was walking towards the podium, I heard those two little young youth, and they were talking about, Bhabhi, aapka phone. They were, wo jo khusar pusar hoti hai na, they were doing it. Is he from NDP or Liberal? And I loved it. I loved it. You know, they're curious. So I want to say this. We are neither from NDP, nor from Liberal, nor from PC. We are your member of provincial parliaments, and we're supposed to be non-partisan as well. When you walk to our office, we don't have a data, we don't have a scanner. We look and say, oh, this is NDP. Oh, this is PC. No, we don't have a scanner. So I want to say that when we have these conversations, sitting in these rooms, we are actually having conversations for our community. Not as PC, not as NDP, not as Liberal. So the second ask I have from my friends at CMF would be not just PC, invite all of us.
My question for the panel today is, the Honorable Premier of Ontario had made a promise during his campaign that there will be no cuts to jobs. He's done exactly the opposite from what we've seen. There's been a lot of cuts in the teachers' fields. There's been layoffs and stuff like that. We would like to know what it is, what's the plan that you guys currently have right now for the children with the class sizes being increased? Yep, sure. So with the class sizes being increased, we'll just go with a simple question and everybody else can keep on continuing on forward.
There has never been a government in the history of Ontario that has invested more in education than our government. This year alone, we increased education investment by over $1.2 billion. If you look at the actual data, so vigilant on the terms that we will continue to always be ready to get back to the bargaining table, but at no time should students suffer from that. The government has made reasonable, since negotiation has started, we have made reasonable moves on every single bargaining form. There's been compromise, we've worked with, listened, whether it's e-learning, it has gone down to 2 courses, whether it's classroom sizes, but we will not budge on our 1% commitment to compensation. Right now, an average salary of an OSSTF teacher is $92,000 a year. 10 years of experience, a teacher is making about $97,000 a year. For the union to then lead escalation on the basis of compensation, we do not agree with, where they are asking for an additional $1.5 billion in compensation. They are asking for a 6% increase in benefits, 7% increase in benefits according to the Globe and Mail that was disclosed. Our government's priority is to ensure that the money we invest in education goes to the students, not in compensation. And I'll give this a very brief example before I end. In 2003, we were paying about $6 billion approximately in compensation in the education sector. 15 years later, we're paying about $12 billion. So all of that investment went into compensation and not our students. Our government invested in a $200 million 4-year strategy for the math, for education, to reform education. When we came into government, over 50% of grade 6 students were failing math. So we had to reform math. We put $200 million into that. We took cell phones away from the classroom. Our whole, the basis of our government is that money invested in education should go to students and the front line, not, in our opinion, to improve compensation.
My name is Dr. Yusuf Salim. I'm not doctor here, unfortunately, but back home, 20-year practice. My question is, somebody is misleading, either the union, either the government. The problem is, publicly, union saying, government wanna bring it 32 to 40 students per class. Is that right?
All the 4 school boards in the schedule received extra money, received more money this year than the last year in each and every item. So keep using the word cuts is not true. Regarding the number of students, currently the number of students 22 students per class. And when I'm talking about the increase in class, we did not touch the number of students in the preliminary education till grade 8. We only increased 2 students in the high school. So bringing the class from 22 to 24, the sky is not gonna fall. Talking about 30 students and 40 students per class and 50 students per class, this is just the media. I asked Bill to send me information about the number of students per class. In Bill, we have one class having 31 students, and it's English class. But the maximum number we had in any class in Bill was 26. So there's no, this is just imaginary thing from them talking about 30 and 40 students. That's fear-mongering, and they are trying to use the students as hosts, and I don't like that. They shouldn't, ethically, they should not get the kids or the students in between their fight as a union and the government.